Hello everyone, happy Thursday. Welcome to day 94 of our 100-day card challenge. Give me just a second while I get this sent over to the group. Let's see here. This always does it to me. I need to share to a group. And it does not want to work for me. So I'm just going to leave it as is and we'll see what happens. I know, day 94. Hey mom. Hello, Jessica. Yeah, so I've got a card today that has one of my favorite designs. It's an easy 3 little panels plus an area for your sentiment. So it's easy to replicate for tons and tons of cards. You could just change out the paper and make lots of cards with the same design and have them all look really, really good. So I pulled out 2 stamp sets today, namely because I wanted this sentiment, the most wonderful time of the year, but then I wanted this little bow from here, from this different stamp set. So I've got those 2 stamp sets. They're older stamp sets, but I really like them. I've got them in my stash, hoping I can make more cards out of them. So let me move those out of the way. Hey, Deanna. Okay, so we're going to use those 2 stamp sets. And then I've got my card base. Remember this pattern. I'll give you the measurements for each piece. They're really simple. This is 1 3/4 by 4 inches, 1 1/2 by 4 inches, 1 3/4 by 4 inches. You can mix and match any papers, and let me see. So this pattern is just the backside of this stripe. So if you've got, some of one paper and then this third, it could even be a coordinating solid. So let's say if this was red, I can put it in there and it would coordinate, or blue or gray or green, just something that you would want to coordinate with. I happen to have this wreath paper, just this little scrap, so I pulled it out to coordinate with the rest of that. Hey, Mary. And then I've got this strip of paper that coordinates with all of them. It's 3/4 inches wide by 5 1/2, so that it'll go from end to end on the card. And then I cut this white piece so that it would cover the sentiment. And then this one is just going to be a little bit larger than that, just be a frame. I also have some twine so we can have a little bit of something fun to add to the card as well. So it wouldn't be just flat paper. Okay, so easy to cut all the pieces and make plenty of cards. Let me flip that. Put the glue on the back side. I'm gonna just glue them all, and then that way I can lightly place them before I secure them. And you could even use cardstock and just stamp a pattern on it to make your own paper. And so I just want to make sure everything's kind of lined up. And put that down. Okay. So the reason I wanted the little bow is because I want to stamp that just across my strip here, just for a little bit of fun, so that it would kind of tie in with this paper with the bows on the wreaths. But I'm just going to random stamp them. going all different directions. Just turning the stamp all which way. There we go. And then while I've got the inks out, I want to make sure to go ahead and stamp my sentiment. But I'm going to stamp it in blue, and then I'm going to emboss it as well. But I'll use clear embossing so that the blue will come through. Just set that on. Oh, I better use some anti-static pouch if we're going to emboss. Oh, I got blue ink on there. Let me turn it around and wipe my fingers. Okay. My block is pretty clean. And I'm just gonna stamp that down. Hey, Myra. There we go. And now I want to stamp over that exact image, but I'm going to use the clear embossing powder. And we should be able to get it pretty much on the mark, pretty darn close, since we are using clear blocks and clear stamps. And so I'm going to hope that that's pretty good. Let me find my clear embossing powder. You need to label, make sure that you keep your clear and your white labeled properly, because they both look like white, but obviously the clear will emboss clear. Okay. Get some tweezers on there because it does get hot. I don't know if you'll be able to see the clear melt on it, but I'll be able to tell. Oh yeah. Trying to get that last little bit to melt. I don't know if you can see that. It's got a little bit of a shine to it where the clear embossing is over the blue. You can definitely feel it, so it does give you that raised effect. Really cute and simple to do. You can skip that step if you don't want to. If you don't want to do all that embossing, definitely you could just use the blue ink or whatever color ink. Okay, now I want to put that strip on the card. I'm not a in the half person. I like, imagine if you were a tic-tac-toe grid here. Where that bottom line would go on that tic-tac-toe, that's about where I want my strip to go. Just to create some, if you do everything centered, it's just a lot for your eyes. If you give it some space, either down or up or side, one way or the other, it gives your eyes somewhere to go into, but giving yourself plenty of other area to rest. So I like the idea of, if this was a tic-tac-toe, I'm going to put it on this bottom third. And then when I put this, imagine it would be at the cross of that bottom line and the outside line. And you can kind of see that visual with these margins. So that's just a little, that's just how I like to design. I'm not a in the center type of person, because then you can tell when you're off. Oh, you know what? I wanted to add a little bit of ribbon to this. Let me tie it up. And it's not nothing fancy. I just want a little bit of a knot with some ribbon, so we'll have a different texture on the card instead of all the paper. Okay. So let's see right about where I'm going to place it. And I'm going to have that here, so let's move that over a little bit. Make sure we get that down. And of course we'll use some foam tape. Hello Shannon and Lala. Marge, how are y'all? Okay. So there we go. And we'll just place that there. And we've got a card all done. Super easy with that design that will let you showcase, 3 pattern papers if you've got them. You could alternate if you had a piece of pattern paper and you have, one side of each. Maybe in the middle part, put a coordinating cardstock. You could even put a little icon here, or maybe on the side to go with your sentiment. Since I did have these wreath icons here, I kind of left that and then just added the bow on this strip to kind of tie it in. And then we've got our little ribbon as well. So easy card, easy to duplicate. You can make tons of them and just really have a good, fun card for whatever occasion. But definitely for Christmas cards, you'd be easy. You could just cut out all the pieces, lay them out assembly line, and just boom, make tons of cards quickly, and they'd all look really, really great. So that's my card for today, and that was super fast, guys. I guess I didn't have anything else I wanted to talk to y'all about. I will remind you quickly to go sign up or mark that you're going to the event on Tuesday on the Close to My Heart Facebook page. It's going to be the Stitched Together scrapbooking workshop. Mark that you're going so that you can be entered to win prizes. And then that's probably going to be the last scheduled event for the month of July. Then they'll be back in August with some new workshops. So yes, I will definitely post the measurements because it is one that you should definitely keep on hand. It's a great little card recipe so that you can just duplicate it over and over and over. And then, also, if you did the math, you could even do 4 papers, you know, and have 4 blocks. You could turn it this way and turn your sentiment down here. You could turn it into a circle, just depending on what direction your patterns are going. Obviously, this card wouldn't work as a vertical because my trees are going this way and so are my wreaths. So as a horizontal card, it works great, but still a good design to go horizontally as well. The sentiment can always be changed from a square, a rectangle, a circle, just, you know, whatever shape you want to hold in your sentiment. So don't be afraid to change it up and try new things. And that's it, guys. Day 94 for 100-day card challenge. We're closing in, getting close to 100. I'm working on some prizes, so y'all hang in for the next few days so that we can get some cards out to some of y'all who've been supporting me, and I really appreciate y'all coming in and watching every night. I really, really do. If you have any questions or need anything, please let me know. Otherwise, have a good evening and stay safe. We'll see you tomorrow. Good night.